Hello and welcome back to episode 1 of Unknown to World Known, club number 8. And club 8 is a return to Italy. It's AC Milan. You would have noticed it in the background already, for those of you with a keen eye. So here we are at our new club. We had the option of AC Milan or Chelsea. I chose Milan on the basis of I want my final accomplishment to be the Premier League, preferably with Manchester United. However, eyebrows have been raised at the appointment of the 40-year-old. Oh dear, that's not fun to read. Has recently spent time away from club football, about a month. He's sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at San Siro. Brian Prisk, whoever he is, was considered favourite for the job. He wasn't. The entire time the job was available, I was named as favourite. Rejected the offer from Chelsea. I've bought some backroom staff with us and also got rid of a few. Page, who lists Barcelona and Bayern Munich amongst his previous employers, brings a wealth of knowledge and top-level experience to his new role. This is Page's first role back in Italy since leaving Milan's rivals Roma in 2030, and earned myself a reputation as a title specialist and an important figure in the hunt for silverware at San Siro. Page, who of course most famously lifted the Champions League with Barcelona in 2031, could be considered quite a coup for a club of Milan's standing, and supporters are excited at the potential of similar successes under their new manager. This is also my first look at this team as well. So media prediction is 5th. They finished 12th last year, but the year before that, I think they were second and third in the 2 years before that. So I think they've just been underperforming. I hope that's the case. This is our current best 11. Mbappe and João Felix. A 36-year-old Mbappe and a 35-year-old João Felix. Maybe that's why they had a bit of a drop-off. Maybe their team's just a bit old. But we'll find a bit more about that. They've still got Donnarumma. He's now 36, but goalkeepers do play on a bit longer, so he should be fine. So what they're wanting to do is work within wage budget, maximum 1 year contract for players over 33, maximum 2 years for players over 31, maintain the best youth system in the country and in the world. They want to qualify for the Europa League this year and reach the quarterfinal of the Italian Cup. And then after that, we wanted to qualify for the Champions League and work towards challenging for the Serie A title. We'll deal with that off camera. So, this is, as I say, my first look at this team as well. Squad-wise, let's have a look at the team report. If we stick it on a 4-3-3, our most likely formation. So a little bit weak in striker with Mbappe being the best player there. We've got two very good centre-backs who can also play right-back. Are they preferring centre-back? They are. We've got a decent left-back, some good midfielders. We seem very balanced in midfield. And then further forward, we probably just need to refresh some of this. Let's have a little look through the team. So you've got, big squad here, but I think overall you've got some good players. Striker, we've got a good advanced forward, 16 finishing. How has he been doing? 12 goals last year. We know the effect I have on strikers. Development wise, we've got a couple of decent prospects already here. Pagliaro, perhaps he can come in and rotate with Mbappe and learn a bit from the man himself. But I think what we'll do is we'll go away, we'll get into it and see what we're going to do with this team. We start the season against Sampdoria and then Roma, of course. So what we'll do is we'll be back shortly with an update on any transfers we've made. Ethan Laird's here. That's nice. We're back with a bit of an update on what we do transfer-wise. And then looking at it is an ageing squad. I think that might be why they've dropped off a bit. So we'll be looking at refreshing that with a bit of youth into the team. For you, it's going to be a few seconds. For me, it might be tomorrow morning. We'll see. Be back in just a moment. And we're back now with the roundup of the transfers. We've only actually bought in one player, Tamar Adel, a new striker / left winger, who looks like he's going to come in and do a fantastic job for us. That's the only player I've bought in off my own back. Javier Ruiz was signed before I got here. And outgoing, we have sold a couple of guys, most notably probably Davide Marzi, but it's more fringe players who I wasn't really planning to use. So nothing much to report there. What we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into this game against Sampdoria. And then, of course, the game against Roma, our former club, who we just seem to keep playing every club we go to. This one was a bit more likely, admittedly. Let's go and see if we can get off to a good start to the season against Sampdoria. And the lineup for the game against Sampdoria, we've got Donnarumma in goal. Back four of Savadori, Marcon, Kongui, and Beliocoso. Quaresma is the holding midfielder with Kellers and Giorgimi in front of him. And then we've got Mbappe on the right, Adel on the left, and Cassiatore through the middle. Let's see if we can get our season off to a winning start. Earlier in the day, Roma did fail to do so. They lost 2-0 to start their season against Udinese. 2 late goals. However, Mbappe, with a corner kick early on, plays it short. Quaresma goes back to Mbappe, who plays it to Kellers, and it slipped all the way through into the bottom corner. The goalkeeper, I assume, was unsighted. Came out for it and didn't get... Did he? Did he come out for it? I didn't see him. But Mbappe spots the man on the edge. Oh, that's very poor from the goalkeeper. We don't care. We're leading 1-0. All good here. And it's a good start for Cagliari as well. 4-0 up in 10 minutes against Torino. They aren't holding back, are they? And it's all Secondo. What a start to the season. It's 6-0. Wow. Are Cagliari a team to watch then? As Morrow tries to bring the ball in for Sampdoria. It's play forward and then back to Morrow. Back to Frazee, who goes back to Sehovic. And then Morrow's back on the ball again. Sehovic. Ball through towards Morrow, who gets past his man and Donnarumma with a good save there. But a little bit of a threatening attack there. And a warning shot fired. We're going to tell them to stay on their feet because we've already got 3 bookings in the first half. But it's been good so far. We've controlled the game. I've never spotted that little thing there. We're not controlling the game quite as much as I'd like, so I think what we're going to do is just change that a little bit. We still want to be controlling the game. We're just going to go a little bit less in terms of how slow we were playing. However, we're going to look to make our first change now. I'm looking straight at these yellow cards and thinking, where can we prevent anything going any further? I think that might be the one that we do. Roll Vela going into the holding mid. Quaresma coming in at moving back to centre back. We now have a throw in. Adel heads away. Sehovic collects it, but it's back to Trotter on the wing. Back to Sehovic, who looks over the top, and it is 1-1. Arlauskas getting an equaliser there for Sampdoria, and it was a little bit too easy for them because Quaresma not really managing to pick up the run, and he's just found that gap in the defence there, and it was a little bit poor. It's not updated down here. There it is. We're going to make another change now. I'm thinking we send João Felix on in midfield, perhaps, and then move him up to here. And then we're going to move Adel up front and give Dedeglu a bit of a go on the left wing. See how he gets on in his first game for the first team, and Adel getting a chance to go up front and see if he can get a late goal for us. Although it's looking unlikely. We have got a late throw in here. Bellicoso throws it into Giorgermi, who then gets it played forward to Felix, but he's dispossessed. Morrow's on the ball now, goes back to Brogger, who tries to go forward, but easily dispossessed by Bellicoso. Marcon now plays it forward to Mbappe. Mbappe skips past his man, nearly gets brought down, but carries on, plays it to Delogu, who has got a goal on his AC Milan debut. And that is reason to be dropped. Why was our defence that high? I'm not sure what I've done there. But we have found a late goal, and it comes from Delogu, the man who's just made his debut. The brilliant run from Mbappe, holding off his man, and a late win for AC Milan sees us out in that first game. I'm going to tell them a good win. I'm quite happy with that result, especially being our first game of the season. And we've come out on top. That is an absolutely crazy game for the first 25 minutes, and then nothing happened. Let's go and see if we can continue our good start by getting a result against Roma. And just the one change now for the game against Roma, with Delogu coming in on the left wing to play his part after he won the game for us in the last game. Adel has moved up front, which means Cacciatore has dropped to the bench for today. Just looking at the Roma team, you've still got Varinha there. Pospech was one of my players. Rodrigo, Victoriano, Miani. On the bench, only really Cersei that I recognise. So, quite a few players have changed there, but it has been... What have we had? 4 years with Bayern Munich, 1 with Barcelona. So it's been... This is the 6th season since I left. So, yeah, there is going to be a lot of player turnover there. But hopefully they've replaced my team with slightly worse players and we can get a win here today. Bellicoso throws it into Quaresma early on. And he's got a chance for a cross here. Sends it in. And Adel has missed a fantastic opportunity there, as Varinha didn't look like he was comfortable coming to claim it. And unfortunately, a great chance missed. And you can see it was a great chance. It was a 0.35. However, as we now continue through the game, we've got a couple of yellow cards, which unfortunately seems to be quite standard for us here. We're going to tell them to stay on their feet to try and prevent that happening every game. Victoriano plays it into Rodrigo, who's looked for Miani, but Marcon easily covering that off. And we're able to start building from the back once again. And Bellicoso Quaresma now plays it forward to Delogu, who's trying to find a bit of space through the middle. He's found Mbappe, who plays it down to Adele. It's another great chance for Adele. 2 fantastic chances for him there. And unfortunately, he hasn't taken either of them. It's been a very cagey game, that first half. We've dominated possession. However, they've not really created anything. I think what we are going to do is go to more balanced for the second half, because I think we're the team that are holding the ball. So let's be the team that creates chances and it gets a goal. However, early on in the second half, it's actually AC Milan trying to find space down the right with Freidlin. And he's going to cut inside, gets a shot away, and Donnarumma tips it round the post. But it is still a corner, so there's still danger here for Roma. Mian is going to cross this in. And Marcon heads away well, but Pospech sends it back to Miani, who is offside. So that solves that problem for us. And now we've got the free kick to start playing out from the back. Quaresma back to Marcon, who's going to bring it forward a little bit. Plays it to Mbappe, who is overlapped by Savadori. He swaps over to the left where Delogu is there. He's cut inside of his man. And Mbappe has found the bottom corner. It's 1-0 to AC Milan. And we are currently top of the table. Admittedly, we've played 2 games. The only other team that's played 2 games is Roma. That's not the point. The point is, top of the league, and it's a great finish from Mbappe. It looks like it was through the legs of Adele as well. And you would have to say we're probably the team that have earned that lead. Kellers has just been absolutely snapped by Pospech. And we're going to go positive now, because I think that's a chance for us to really exploit them for having that extra man. We're going to start to pass into space. Bellicoso throws it into Delogu. Giorgermi plays it to Savadori, who smashes it into the bottom corner and makes it 2-0. We're going to bring Kellers off for Javier Ruiz. Not for Javier Ruiz. For Raul Avila. Why not? Has that gone through? I'm not convinced it has. It has now. Ball over the top is found Freidlin though, and Donnarumma forced into a save shortly after our goal. So a bit of a warning shot there as well from Roma, just saying, we're not going down too easily. Easily, but not too easily. We're going to bring Mbappe off now for Hansen Aaron. Just in the regards of he's 36, he probably can't play every game, so we'll bring him off. Of course, this season we haven't got European football. We're going to send... Oh, no. Hey? I've only made 2 subs. What are you on about? I think we've had a bit of a glitch here because it won't let me make a 3rd sub. Well, that's nice of the game. It's going to be a 2-0 win anyway. As I said, we haven't got European football this year, so it does give us a big chance to, similar to our first full season at Roma really, gives us a big chance to try and push on with only having domestic football to deal with, as we're trying to find a late goal here. Adele nearly gets on the end of that ball, cleared away, and Kongu fires Giorgermi. Delogu trying to find space, but the cross is blocked and cleared away. It's headed down to Giorgermi, who finds Delogu again. This time he goes past his man, lays it back to Giorgermi, who makes it 3-0 late on in the game. And we've had the return of our former club Roma, and we've put them aside, as we have done a few times since we left them. They don't seem to like me coming back to them because we just beat them all the time. I do think maybe, just maybe, we can really push on and have a real go at Juventus for the league title even. Remember, this is a Milan team who have finished in the Champions League spots very recently. They're not, yeah, they're not a million miles away from it. They had a poor season last year more than anything. So I think, yeah, we might well be able to turn them into a title challenging side, I'll say. I'm not convinced we'll be winning anything, although Victoriano gets a late goal for Roma, and defence was caught a little bit asleep there. It's not anything to be too worried by. It's still 3-1. We've still come out with the win. So, a good first 2 games in charge for us. Let's go and have a look at where we're going to come back next. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go on a bit of a run here. We'll come back for the Inter Milan and Juventus games. So, obviously, big rivals and the team who's dominated Italian football for the most part. Yeah, Inter and AC have both won a title, but other than that, it's just been Juventus. And hopefully, they will be 2 games where we can send those teams 3 points further behind us, which would be lovely. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like down below. Comment how you think we're going to get on this year. Is my theory of we haven't got European football, so we can go for the title correct? And subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.